And so for this first practice, we're going to come down onto our back. That's just going to allow our diaphragm to relax a little bit. It's going to relieve it of its role as a core stabilizer and allow us to focus on its primary function as our key muscle of respiration. So, coming down onto your back, you're going to take a bend into your knees so your feet are resting flat to the floor. And then from here, we just want to do a few little checks. So firstly, if you feel your pelvis is tilting forwards and there's a little bit of space between your lower back and the floor, we're going to close that gap. So let's lift our hips a little bit for a moment, lengthen your tailbone towards your heels, and then as you bring your pelvis back to the floor, we want to feel that the whole of the pelvis, the lower back, the back of the rib cage is in contact with the earth. Secondly, we're just going to draw our chin a fraction away from our chest, so we're all kind of bunched up equally though. We don't want the chin tilting back, so a nice neutral neck position, just a tiny little bit of pressure through the back of your head. And then we're going to close our lips. Our jaw is relaxed, so the teeth are very slightly separated, and you're lightly pressing your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Once you've established your posture, let's bring our hands to the sides of our rib cage, with the second fingers, the tips of the second fingers just about touching. And then take a few moments just to settle into your posture. Find a position that really helps you to relax into your breath. And as you do so, you're just going to start to bring your awareness to how you're breathing right now. Can you feel the breath moving down into your lower belly, or can you feel the breath a little more into your chest? And then we'll begin to consciously guide our breath a little deeper. So we want to establish a breath through the nostrils to begin with. And it's almost as if we're drawing the breath down towards the back of your head, so down towards the floor. Often we think of the breath as moving up towards that space between the eyebrows, but let's feel as though we're bringing the breath to the back of your head. And as you bring the breath into your body, feeling your ribs just gently pressing out into your palms. So a sideways expansion of your rib cage, like an accordion, ribs moving out as you breathe in, and as you exhale, your ribs moving back towards your midline. And as you breathe in, you might also feel just a little lift of your abdomen. So the tips of those second fingers drawing apart just a fraction as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, those fingers coming back towards one another. And then finally, can you feel the breath moving into the back of your body as well? So again, as the breath draws in, feeling a little bit of pressure of the back line of the body into the floor. And then as you release the breath, as the lungs begin to contract again, that pressure just easing away a fraction. And we want to keep the quality of this breath very light and soft. So as a general rule, we only ever want to breathe in line with our metabolic demands. And when we're lying on our back in this way, our metabolic demands are very, very low, very small. So the breath doesn't need to be big. We don't need to feel the breath moving all the way up into the chest. We just need to feel the breath gently moving to the lower lungs, expanding the ribs, that gentle lift of the belly, the breath moving into your back. And then a relaxed out breath, just a sense of letting go on the out breath. And this way of breathing, this functional way of breathing, light, slow and deep, is going to form the foundation of all the other practices that we take. And in and of itself, it's a really great practice to take just to bring down those anxiety levels, just to encourage your body to come into that sense of rest and digest. And so you can continue with this practice for another 5 minutes or 10 minutes or however long you want to. And when you want to release the practice, just take your time. Just take your time to come out of the practice, perhaps gently moving your fingers and your toes a little bit, dropping your knees side to side. And when you do feel ready to release the practice, rolling all the way over onto one side or the other. And then you can really take your time to ease your way up from there. So for me at least, that's a really simple but really effective practice, and I hope you found it useful too. You can take it on a daily basis, or you can take it whenever stress and anxiety arise, just to help you to manage your response to that stress. So enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video.